Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for April 29 to May the 5th. So your cards this week, Gemini, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Knight of Swords. Focus energies, you have the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles coming in towards the end of the week. So Gemini, my first observation with your cards here is that you have, not only do you have knights bookending both of your sort of leaving and entering energies, but you also have a total switch up in pace. So the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight of the tarot deck, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving. So I think what's really happening for you this week is you're having a pace change from that fast moving energy to something a lot more sort of methodical and progression driven. So let's start with the Knight of Swords. I have no doubt in my mind that this represents you. As you know that Swords represents the air signs. So yep, that is definitely you here. I feel like you've been coming from a period where you've been very busy and you maybe just be feeling a bit burnt out and a bit tired. You've been forging ahead with your goals. You've been charging on in there, potentially just being sort of a bit all over the place, but maybe getting a lot done. And it's time to really switch up that energy now so that you can actually kind of have time to think and prepare for your next step. And that looks like is exactly what's going to happen this week with your focus energy. So you've got the Two of Wands clarified with the Two of Cups. So it's a double two energy. So it's definitely indicating some kind of planning or future planning with a partnership. So this could indicate that you're planning the next move with a business partner or with a colleague at work, or it could be future planning with a soulmate connection, whether that's a lover or a romantic relationship or a best friend or something like that. So it could be planning a trip with a best friend, or it could be planning the next step in your future with your partner, or next project or venture with your business partner. So yeah, Two of Wands is all about sort of looking towards the future and sort of planning that next move. You can see the character in the card, which sort of could indicate you in this situation from the comfort of the castle, is looking out towards more fertile lands and greener pastures, and he has like one hand on the rod that indicates the future that he's looking towards. However, there's still one rod here representing the past tethered to the side of the castle, so it's kind of like having one foot in and one foot out, or sort of dipping a toe into the future. And the message really is, are you ready to leave your comfort zone and explore, future options or new opportunities, or will you stay where you are? So I feel that that is going to be coming in for you this week, and those are the types of decisions that you could be making. So towards the end of the week, we've got the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So like I mentioned at the start, the Knight of Pentacles is, the Knights are still sort of about that, forward movement, but it has a totally different pace to the Knight of Swords, the energy that you've been coming out of. So with the Knight of Pentacles, it's all about routine, efficient, methodical steps towards your goals or progress. So you can see in the card here, the Knight of Pentacles, he's probably been working this land and sowing all the seeds slowly and carefully, because he knows that with that, that preparation and planning in place, that when the season comes, there will be a beautiful harvest, and it will be an abundant harvest. So I think what it's asking you to do is, whatever decision you make here, you're going to have to be willing to change up your pace and slow things down and do some really methodical planning. So it could involve, a lot of to-do lists, or putting in place like a very detailed action plan from, daily, monthly, weekly, 6 monthly, even a year down the track goals to get you to where you want to be with whatever this partnership-driven decision that you're making is. And when you do that, when you sow the seeds, when you take the time to prepare your land, to prepare your foundation, what comes in at the end is the reward, the reward for your investment, which is the pentacle here. So I think it's you're really like sowing the seeds for this next chapter, and to actually reap the results or outcomes that you're wanting to achieve. So yeah, it's a change of energy, but it's a surefire way to work towards your goals and achieve your heart's desires. So good luck with that, Gemini. That's your message for this week. And you feel free to comment on the video if it resonates for you, keeping in mind that general readings won't resonate for everyone, but they will for those that are meant to. And we'll see you next week for another reading.